So there's some more news outside of China, and anything that's going on in China with these viruses, we need to be very concerned, because as you can see, the coronavirus made its way over here and causing a lot of problems. Now, China had reported that they didn't have any reported cases of the coronavirus, and they start letting people out of quarantine. You know, they want people to get back to their normalcy, people get back to work, start making money again for China. Well, something else happened, actually two developments. They said that coronavirus is actually starting to come back, but something even worse than coronavirus now has shown up in China. And we want to let everyone know who could be watching this video what's going on. So they say a man had died on a bus in China, and he tested positive for a virus more fatal than the coronavirus and has similar symptoms. So the victim had died in a vehicle in Shandong, and when he made his way to work and found to be suffering with Hantavirus. Now they say news of his death comes just after the country lifting quarantines implemented during to deal with the coronavirus originated in Wuhan. So they reported this out of Chinese media, actually, informed followers of the reason behind the worker's death on social media, tweeting he was tested positive for Hantavirus. Other 32 people on the bus were also tested as well. Now, a lot of people, when they heard that, they got afraid, and rightfully so, because they just dealt with all the situation with coronavirus. So the experts in China have reassured the public that this is not a new virus, and it's thought to only pass through humans in rare circumstances, unlike the coronavirus, which has sparked a pandemic. But this is the problem with that whole situation. You know, last time you tried to downplay the coronavirus, and look what's happening now. Now you have hantavirus coming from rats, because some way, somehow you're eating rats, and you're not supposed to be eating a rodent, and it passed from that rodent to that human being. Now, last time they talked about the coronavirus passing from a bat, which you should not be eating a bat. That's a flying rodent as well. And now you got the coronavirus that everyone is dealing with all over the world in many countries. And countries that don't have the coronavirus, they're locking down, they're instituting curfews, even on the continent of Africa. One sister that lets us know what's going on out of South Africa, she told us how they about to go on lockdown. Kenya got curfews. I found out about, those curfews. All these different African nations having this issue with a coronavirus. Liberia having their issues. So yes, we need to take any news coming out of China about a virus extremely serious. And I hope Donald Trump is paying attention to this one too. We can't believe the Chinese when you say, oh, it ain't no big deal. No, you can't do that anymore. Anything coming out of China, your ear better be perked up. Now you had a Swedish scientist, her name is Dr. Sumaya Shaik, tweeted, and hope I said her last name right. If I haven't, forgive me. The hantavirus first emerged in the 1950s in the American-Korean War in Korea, the Hantan River. It says it spreads from rat and mice if humans ingest their bodily fluids. Human-to-human transmission is rare. Please do not panic unless you plan to eat rats. Well, the coronavirus has been around for a long time too. I think since the 70s. There's been many strains of the coronavirus. This strain is just different and definitely more contagious. So just because a disease has been around for a long time doesn't mean it can't mutate and turn into something worse. Now, they said, although they say the hantavirus is rare, it carries up to a 38% death rate, according to the CDC. Now, they say exposure to urine droppings or saliva of infected rodents can result in the virus being transmitted, as can bites from infected rats and mice. So they say the symptoms are remarkably similar to those present in patients with battling the coronavirus, including shortness of breath, coughing, headaches, and fever. It said one person who recovered from hantavirus told the CDC that it felt like a tight band around my chest and a pillow over my face. Oh my God. So the CDC says in Chile and Argentina, rare cases of person-to-person transmission have occurred, and said there's no specific treatment, cure, or vaccine for hantavirus infection. according to the CDC. And they warn, saying patients often need intensive care to help them through the period of severe respiratory distress. It said, therefore, if you've been around rodents and have symptoms of fever, deep muscle aches, and severe shortness of breath, see your doctor immediately. Okay, so here we go. Dealing with another virus coming out of China. You guys in this country, I'm talking about our government, our CDC, our Department of Homeland Security, etc. Do not let this become a pandemic in China, and then now it's coming over here, and you heard the person say it felt like somebody had a tight band on their chest and a pillow over their face. They say, and it has a 38% death rate. Don't let this one come over here. We need to keep instituting travel bans, especially coming out of China. But also what we need to do, once we get back to normal operation, you need to change the process for the visas in this country. People need health screenings before they should be allowed into the United States of America. They should be checked out for every kind of disease before they get here, and also a quick check when they get here, because we do not need these people coming into this country spreading pandemics. Sorry. And I wouldn't have a problem if I went to somebody else's country and they require me to have a health screening, and I have to turn that in with my information with the visa, and they check me when I get there to make sure I don't have nothing. I don't mind following those rules either in someone else's country, because I don't need to be bringing nothing there, and they don't need to be bringing nothing here. I think that should be a standard operating procedure for every country. I know certain countries may say, well, you need a vaccine for this and all that. Listen, that's one thing, but we talk about actual health screening to say that you're healthy enough to be here and you don't have anything when you come. But this Hantavirus, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, see what this news is coming out of China, because if this is another one coming right down the pipe, we need to definitely be paying attention to all of this. I don't want nothing to come out of it. I hope it's just this one guy and that's the end of it. But the way these, mutated viruses has been happening, especially in China, and they engage in rodents and bats and rats and all these different things that they're engaging. We need to keep an eye out on this. We really do. Because look what's happening right now with the coronavirus. Now, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the situation out of China with this Hantavirus. But we have to clamp down on all these people coming into America. We just have to, because we don't know who they are. They need to be checked, not just criminally, but every which way. Because this virus that we're dealing with now didn't originate in America. It originated a lot of miles away from us. So we better pay attention to this Hantavirus, and Trump should be on the phone, or somebody should be on the phone with China and say, hey, we need to go study that body. We need to see what happened. We need to investigate this. We don't want this mess over here.